We discovered some amazing truths during our trip to France.
Parlons de ce que.
Bon, mythical morning. I know that. Nothing about that. It sounded
good.
French.
It wasn't as good as my. I'm not gonna try to say it again. Parlons de ce
We
went to France.
Yeah, so we haven't given you an update yet, but we wanted to give you an update eventually, and that's happening today, our trip to La France.
Now, thank you to YouTube for sending us over there to the MIP TV conference where we acted like we were professionals and talked to some people and answered some questions.
And we did this motion while
Every
talking.
time I spoke like a professional.
With my elbow moving.
Hire us.
So now we're gonna be a resource to you on the flip side of our trip. We're gonna share the things that we have learnt from our time in France.
Great time, by the way. Highly recommend visiting.
Yeah, man,
France.
I would go back tomorrow. I mean, 11-hour plane ride.
Worth every second.
It's difficult, but it's worth it to
watch
get
some
there.
movies.
We took our wives. We'll
did.
talk more candidly in Good Mythical Morning, but let's get down Good Mythical more. But right now, let's get down to the things that we've learned.
Okay, one of the things I learned is that when you go out to dinner, you get a free magic show. Let me explain. The waitress came out to one of the restaurants she came out to the restaurant. She met us there.
Nice of you to come here.
And served us. No, she served us, but as she brought
the baguettes,
the items, she was like, voila. Voila.
We'd order something, and then all 2 minutes
voila.
later, it would appear.
And I was like, is this magic food? Is it, because it doesn't seem like it's got anything, it's not purple or anything. It's not appearing out of thin air. And then I realized she's just saying, here it is, in French.
And that's where the magic trick saying came from.
But to someone from the US who just hears about voila from magicians, it was like every meal was like a magic show. Thank you, France. Merci beaucoup.
Merci bon. Thank you, good, or whatever. I mean, obviously we didn't master the language while we were over there.
Well, I don't say merci bon. I'm worse than you, but I don't say that.
We also learned that catching a bus is a lot more difficult than one would think.
Yes.
We decided not to rent a car, which in retrospect, because of where we were staying, I think we would have changed our tune a little bit.
True.
But we wanted to use the bus and get the meandering tour of places. But the schedule's not in English. It's in French. You got to figure that out. I barely know the days of the week.
But the numbers are.
But the numbers are in English,
same.
which is great.
I don't think. Well, the numbers are numerical.
Well, I can read them.
They're not Roman numerals.
So we're at this bus stop. We're the only ones there. We figure out. Rhett's like, okay, I'm looking at this, and the bus should be here in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's like standing there, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's not. It's 5 minutes, not here. And then it's like he looks up. The bus. He's like, here's the bus, right on time. And I turn to look at Rhett, and Rhett starts walking towards the bus. And as I turn, the bus goes past me and then past Rhett, not only at full speed, but I think he was accelerating.
Definitely.
I wish I would have snapped a photo of Rhett's face at that moment. It was the most incredulous face. It was perfect. It was perfect.
I was very disappointed because what we learned is that the bus drivers don't stop just because you're at the bus stop. You have to actually
flag them down.
Hey, I'm not just hanging out at the bus stop. I want to get on the bus.
Because that's how we got on the next one. And then once we took the route, we realized that every French person in their right mind
gotta wave them down.
They all did it. They would stand out the road and wave them down. So we mastered that technique after that initial fail.
We also learned that we are reincarnated French brothers.
Now, this is crazy, so stick with us.
Okay, so we visited a little village called Saint-Paul-de-Vence, which is a medieval walled city that it's not just a lot of shops and restaurants.
It's like medieval era.
Incredible stuff. Beautiful, what you think about French postcard kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So our wives, of course, want to go into all the shops, which makes me want to put a bullet in my head.
Yeah.
So we're gonna walk around, we're looking for things that we can get into and doors that we can go into.
Or a bayonet. I put a bayonet through my eye.
Right.
I think that's a French term.
And so as they're shopping around and spending money, we find a musée, which is a museum. And we pay the €2 to go into the museum, and we're walking around
And there's some amazing like figures with like
wax figures.
with like fake facial hair.
They're not really that amazing. Just you
Riveting.
thought they were great.
Riveting.
But Link was reading about each particular thing as we went through, because they gave us this little English translation, and we got to this one room, and he's reading about these two French brothers who were somehow integral in the town at some point. And then I look up on the wall, and I'm like, well, that's the two French brothers right there? In this painting? That's like their logo?
Look at this logo. Have
this-
you seen that before?
Does this remind you of anyone? Anyone's logo?
Can you believe it?
And it's also on the right, the correct sides. I mean, you're on the right side. I'm on the left side. Apparently, I was bald before when I was a Frenchman, and maybe I'm going to be bald again.
And I didn't need glasses.
Well, maybe he wore contacts in the Middle Ages.
The thing that, our minds were blown for like 4 hours after that.
Yeah, well, I'm still reeling from it.
The next thing I was able to learn was that the average Frenchman looks like an American who's somehow involved in the theater. Every guy has on like a blazer and like a scarf, and he has like flowing hair and glasses or something. I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, that guy must be like the star of Othello or something.
Or like at least a professor at the local college, in theater.
Yeah.
The drama teacher.
Or the guy who plays the piano. But no, that guy's probably like a plumber or an accountant or like a chimney sweep. No, that would be English. I'm just gonna make everybody angry in this episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just having fun here. It's not about the U.S.
Well,
I hate the U.S.
Yeah, we hate it.
I love if I haven't made it clear, I love French people. They look like American theater guys.
Amerithans is what I call them for short.
Very fashionable, good-looking people over there in
definitely.
France.
Lots of scarves. I will say that along those same lines, you can spot a French person from a distance just by looking at their mouth. Mm-hmm. And that's not just because they wear like a certain color lipstick. I mean that when people speak the French language, they're puckering a lot. There's a lot of. I think that's what they do at the French kissing. Because it's like you're talking like this, and you just might as well go ahead and kiss. But
they're speaking French. I'm not going to go up to them because I can't
do
that.
They do a lot of puckering, and I started noticing it. I was looking at a lot of people's mouths all week to tell whether or not they were French, and then I would get closer and I would listen into the conversation. I'd be like, there it is again. This is a great technique. I need to share this with mythical beasts. There you go. You're welcome.
And I think it's another reason besides the scarves and the theatrics of their look. Is also, I think people look good when they're like,
oh yeah,
boosting out.
I'm going to start speaking English like this. I'm just going to do this.
Yeah, you and I, we would probably change the complexion of our show.
It's a little more difficult to speak English like this.
But they don't speak from the front. They speak from the front.
But they end the sentences like this. Are we gaining or losing French fans?
We love.
Well, we love you.
They can speak English. Hopefully, they're not. Their hopes aren't too high for us. Last thing I learned: scooters make everything better. Quote me on that.
I didn't really learn it. I already knew that.
Well, I've seen people on scooters around Los Angeles, and I wouldn't say that it made anyone's social life better.
No.
You look kind of like a dork. But over there.
No, in North Carolina, if you're on a scooter, it means you got a DWI.
Right.
But in California, it just means you're energy efficient.
But still kind of dorkish.
And in France, it just means you're one of the Frenchmen.
We rented some scooters and took them from Nice. That's nice if you're stupid like us. All the way to, where do we go? Monaco.
The richest area on the face of the planet per capita.
Which is kind of ironic to go there on a moped. Like we're like getting.
We're here.
We got
You're in a Rolls. I've got my wife on a moped.
We've got pictures. We were like posing for pictures in front of Ferraris and Rolls Royces in front of the casino. Rolls Roy in front of the casino, and
Ferrari
and Rolls Roy on our mopeds.
Hey, listen, I'm going to recommend that travel tip from Rhett and Link. If you're going somewhere to travel and you didn't rent a car, get a scooter for the day, put your woman on the back, and get her to wear some Daisy Dukes. We didn't do that, but maybe you should do that, especially if you're at Myrtle Beach.
Look at our wives with the Daisy Dukes on. Look at our wives with the Daisy Dukes on.
Just for the record, they didn't wear Daisy Dukes.
They did not. Thank you for liking and commenting on this episode. As long as the comment is not about how we are stupid American. We already know that. We're just harnessing it for hopefully what you deem to be a little bit of humor.
And you can support the show and get a free trial of Netflix by going to netflix.com/Rhett and Link.
You know what time it is.
Hey!
My name is Anna.
And I'm Michael. We're from Slovakia, and it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
Hey, we're up for a Webby, and we need your vote. The link to the place where you can vote for us is in the description.
Please do that. It will help. Also, click through to Good Mythical More, where we discuss our intimate assessment of French restrooms. Ooh la la.
Toilets. Link talks using only consonants. I didn't get that. I'm having a difficult time. Are you okay? Are you constipated? Are you choking? Oh, I heard something there. A blah. You said.
Blink.
Oh, I heard another.
Blink.
I thought you might be speaking without consonants until you started using consonants. Started using vowels. Are you speaking with just consonants?
I cannot speak without vowels.
Yeah. Well, that's why there's no language, except for that one that I invented when I was a kid that doesn't have vowels.
You try it.
My name's not on there. And I did it all. I disinfected. I did it all. Let me tell you, I used the bathroom to full capacity. And then
Capacity.
yes, and then I wiped it all down.